Hello again. Um, I'm filming this on my other laptop that I use for like school and more official work type things because the one that I usually use is a little busted. It needs parts replaced. You can still use it, but I've been advised by my own instincts and the internet not to continue using it or risk potentially damaging other things. It's one of the fans, so the excessive heat could fry my CPU and hell, probably even fry my fucking motherboard, so not the best move. I'm also in a different location because I'm just leaving it right there, and I had this laptop here since I was doing a bunch of school stuff. Uh, I'll get into that after I talk about the goals, though. Kind of have to give the little maintenance check on them. Uh, use porn maximum 1 time a day. I've been succeeding pretty well. I didn't expect myself to have that much trouble with it, considering, well, in July I had even more room for that, yet I was able to complete it. Or I had more. The hell? No, shut up. I had more leniency to to do it because I could do it twice a day, yet I still did it only once or none. There is a bit of a to comment for my first week. There's a bit of a psychological effect that I can't do it twice a day. I don't have the option to anymore. It's just once a day. It weighs on my mind a little more. And I will admit, during the week, I definitely had the thought of maybe I should change it to two again and try to adapt that way. And then I realized, oh yeah, me failing kind of made me afraid of failing again. And I forget that if I actually want to be capable of more than I am now, the best way to do that, quickest, not entirely true, but the best way to do that right now would be to put myself in a form of discomfort. Get my brain used to not having those options. You can only do it once. You gotta savor it. And then once I'm pretty comfortable with doing it once every day of the week, or hell, even less than that, more naturally, because I also put down in the book as an elevation. Uh, hopefully it just kind of fades away, which, yeah, hopefully naturally it fades away, but right now I wanna be comfortable with only having the option of doing it once a day and that's it. Whereas, previously I never really, previously after the failure, I didn't fully do that. I was kind of trying a different method, seeing if I could gain a little more experience from there, understand a little more, and well, I mean, it worked, sure, but I have to admit, I didn't really feel any form of huge discomfort while I was doing it. It was very small, so small that I could actually ignore it, which at that point, I mean, there's kind of nothing there. If I'm able to just, if it's small enough that I don't even need to acknowledge it, then, well, what's the point, really? Um, the whole point of this is to be able to ignore even larger urges, or at least be able to move through those larger urges without disrupting my entire day or really disrupting anything. Um, brushing my teeth twice every day. It's only been 1 week. I mean, yeah, I failed last time, but you know, it was mostly just because I forgot. Um, and that's pretty much it. I have I've done a lot better at one, remembering, and two, actually setting it so that if I'm not able to brush my teeth, I set the snooze to go like, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 minutes after the alarm just to remind me so that, because typically, it shouldn't take me more than that to be able to get in there and brush my teeth. And then get to sleep by midnight or get to bed at midnight. I should have phrased it like that. I have been consistently doing that. Um, Sometimes I cut it a little bit close, but it's never really intentional. If I do end up failing at all, I'm just gonna set an alarm to specifically remind myself. It's gonna be 30 minutes before, and it'll be somewhat of a warning sign. So, yeah, I've got a plan for that. I'd like to do it more naturally though, have my internal clock kind of, oh, well shit. I kind of feel like going to sleep, which has been kind of working. I've noticed that I'm getting actually kind of tired now at times that I usually wouldn't, which is really nice. Um, I don't really have any other goals to talk about, so let's talk about the whole experience with college. Um, I forgot that a year ago I attempted to enroll in college and I completed orientation. I didn't remember that at all, so I emailed looking to get an orientation, but then I flaked out because I had to talk to someone over the phone. Like at mo at most, I go to the college campus and talk to someone in person, or I schedule a talk with the counselor over the phone. Like that's it. I flaked out because of a fucking phone call. It, it feels so juvenile and so stupid. I feel like a fucking idiot. I mean, yeah, I have anxieties now of doing it, but like, they're not really inhibiting me from going there. If anything, they're inhibiting me from actually scheduling it, because I know there's definitely a piece of me that does not want to fucking talk to someone to do this. Like, in any capacity, sure. But, like, I gotta do it anyway if I want to do this. I just have to. It, it is what it is. If I at least want to go into community college and potentially go much higher, I just have to do it. And I don't know, maybe I just have a better mindset than I did a year ago, but yeah, it was really bizarre to me when the registration hold thing came up when I was trying to choose my classes because if it just felt so bizarre, especially when I couldn't even log into my fucking email because for some reason it doesn't allow me to log into it on like Google stuff, so I had to go into Outlook, a thing that why is that still open? A thing that I don't even use. I unpinned it from my, it's not closing, whatever. I'll do it afterwards. Uh, I unpinned it from my taskbar because I didn't care. And, well, here I am having to use it now. I mean, it is what it is, but God, is it annoying. Um, and then onto my computer. Yeah, I can't I can't use it, which kind of sucks because I was really into some games that I was playing on it. I really wanted to continue and I still do, but I don't want to potentially break it further, so we're kind of looking into repair shops and hell, even potentially repairing it myself, but a lot of the repair sites that I go to either one don't have the fucking part or two uh don't have any locations in the US. And as an added insult to injury, I don't feel very confident in my skills. I want to use a local repair shop because I imagine it'd be a lot cheaper than talking to like the manufacturer. Not to mention the if I actually phone the manufacturer, I have a really bad feeling that they will just try to sell me a new computer. And I'm not really in the market for one of those right now, like at all. It's just not something I'm fucking currently capable of doing. And even if I was, I'm probably not going to buy from that manufacturer again. I have other computers that I actually have my eyes set on that seem pretty reasonable. So, yeah, overall, just rather unbearable. It's been a little bit stressful, especially since my mom, for the life of her, is so fucking stubborn she can't be bothered to learn anything new. Real nice. That's not true. She can't be bothered to learn any new skills or even adapt to the ones that she should have already been capable of adapting to. She has to work on a fucking computer all day, yet she doesn't even know how to use fucking computers. What? It's it's almost comical how incompetent she is at the most simple of things, and I truly mean the most simple of things. I uh, Also, not to mention, she's really bad at communicating fucking anything. Because when I asked her about how she was doing with the FAFSA stuff last night, she didn't she didn't communicate to me. She communicated to me that if she got to her work computer, it would be fine. She'd be able to figure it out. And then today, she gets to work and nothing changes. She's still as fucking ignorant as ever. She failed to communicate the fact that she probably has to make a fucking account on the FAFSA website in order to be able to fill out the information on the form. She didn't do very well in in her own fucking home. I had to call her asking her if, well, have you done it? And then she actually started talking about why. She didn't bother to try and show me. Sure, I was tired and I didn't push enough, but like, she's a fucking adult. She should be capable of understanding and communicating when she's fucking stuck instead of just like, well, it'll be fine when I'm at work, or I'll try it at work, as if it's gonna make a fucking difference. If you can access it on your computer now and you don't know what you're doing, how's it gonna get better at work? I, she just outright didn't even give me any clues as to why. And I'll admit, I didn't push hard enough. But honestly, I don't feel like I should have had to. I didn't know she was this ignorant. Ah, it frustrates me all the more how unbearably stubborn she is and how pissed off she gets at the most minor inconvenience. I, it's awful. This house, just because of her alone, is filled with nothing but negative energy. It's like a fucking it's like this potent feeling in the air of just anger and hatred. It's awful. It's truly awful. And I feel like shit. Like I feel like garbage here. Oh, ugh. It's infecting me. Obviously, I have my own frustrations and anger, but I don't try to vocalize them to anyone but typically myself. Anytime I vocalize them here, again, it's me talking to myself. I try not to I try not to put that burden on others. But my mom cannot help but put that burden on others, and I can fucking feel it. It is it is awful. Uh, it is truly awful. Oh, and there's plenty more I'd like to rant about here, but that probably is a time for later. I do really think she is unbearably ignorant at times and really, really needs to learn how to be flexible. But I don't know. Maybe her fucking everything is too rigid now that she's in her 60s. Maybe the adage you can't teach an old dog new tricks is a real fucking thing. I'd like to believe that it's not, because that's just disgustingly nihilistic, and I fucking hate that. But God, she really, really doesn't help herself or really any other old person for that matter when it comes to, I don't know, not being an ignorant douche. Ay, ay, ay. I don't think I'd be too frustrated if it was just a one-time thing. I get, I get it. Having to do all this logging in verification stuff, I understand that can be frustrating. But one, I know that half of that is definitely her fault. Like absolutely her fault because wow, it, you wouldn't think she reads books with how much she doesn't fucking read and doesn't seem to really comprehend. It, sh You'd think she was reading slop. She is. I'm not gonna act like her books are actually fucking mentally nourishing. They're, no, no. They are not fucking, mm. I doubt I could get past the first chapter without probably either wanting to tear my eyes out from how boring it is, or just not even want to continue reading. Maybe it's a genre thing, but I've seen the amount of books she reads, and I think maybe she needs to be a bit more careful with her selection. Anywho, not after slighting her book preference. Seriously though, she for some reason isn't able to comprehend more than like seemingly four things. I don't understand why that is. And I've talked about this before, but it really does feel like I'm talking to a child when I'm talking to my mom. And that one disturbs me. And two, actually makes me pretty mad because she really does throw hissy fits like a fucking 10-year-old. Hell, not even like a 10-year-old, like a 7-year-old. It's impressive how much of a child she is. From the most simplest things, and I truly mean the simplest of things. A little while ago, our TV, I don't know if it was a TV issue or a server issue or an internet issue, it really doesn't matter. Our TV was not able to go into one of the streaming services that she has, one of like the two, Netflix and HBO Max. It just wasn't able to. I did a little bit of troubleshooting. I couldn't figure out what was going on. It was a rather peculiar situation. I'll give her that. It was bizarre, but particularly, she got really mad. Like, it shifted her mood levels of mad, which, why? Why do you get mad at something that small? I'd get it if it was like a persistent captcha when you're logging in that just won't fucking give up. It's reasonable. I mean, you did it like 15 times and it's not quitting. I can understand why you'd be pissed at that. Or if maybe like there's a verification process that's being particularly stubborn and not quite letting you in. I also get that. I have to go through that all the fucking time. Those piss me off too. But she really does fly off the handle at the smallest things. It actually makes me feel kind of good about feeling guilty for fucking up her gas tank with death. Because, I mean, I'd say that's a semi-reasonable thing to be pissed about, especially if you're responsible for it. And while I don't think I should have held it over myself for nearly as long, you can't fucking do too much about it. Oh well, it is what it is. But, like, she gets so mad, so unbelievably mad at things that are even smaller than what I do. For me, it was an expensive mistake. Of course I'm pissed. I don't know the financials, but my mom never really makes it out to seem all that great when it happens. So I try to I try not to be too expensive of a burden. But she she gets pissed at the most minor inconvenience. It is insane to me. She seems to have absolutely no restraint. And it'd be one thing if she was having a particularly bad day and she let out a little anger. Moment of weakness. It is what it is. Things were overwhelming you. You just needed that one small thing to break the barrier. But that's not it. That really isn't it. She always gets mad at these things. Like, visibly mad. And she fucking voices it every time. What? What? And she talks about other people being stupid? Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah. No wonder you get so pissed at the most minor inconvenience on the road, at somebody driving maybe a little incorrectly. She is a danger, 'cause she can't even keep her fucking anger under wraps. And again, the way she acts legitimately physically affects me because it makes the overall energy within the house just unbearably negative. She doesn't even stay here all day, and yet this negative energy permeates everything. It feels weird to say this, but I don't know. It just sticks with the house, not even with me, because I don't think about it that much. But when I get here, and especially when she's here, this like negative feeling is always here, and I can't help but wonder, one, why, and two, why is she almost always the biggest contributing factor to that? I would expect it to be me because I'm a fucking NEET who's dissatisfied with the world. Of course I'd be a great contributor to negative energy. But, like, when I'm the one feeling someone else's overall and overbearing negative personality, I guess, something feels off. Like, truly off. I don't know why, and I don't know what the fuck is going on, frankly, but it really does feel like this place makes people angrier. Maybe it's my own maybe it's my own mind, but and maybe it's because I don't really know all of the people who enter here. But it really does feel like one, this house has turned into something inherently negative, and two, that maybe my mom and myself by extension a little bit carry that negative energy just everywhere with us and honestly make the world a little bit of a worse place. I can't, I can draw a comparison for my negative energy. I just kind of bring a gloomy mood everywhere. It's no wonder people don't necessarily want to start conversations with me. I don't exactly make myself the most approachable, so I won't blame people on that one. But I don't necessarily try to be super negative when I'm in public, whereas my mom, ugh, she doesn't really seem to have any inhibitions when it comes to her anger. The only the only time that she seems to is when she wants to withhold something or act kind as if that does a fucking favor to the world. When you're just gonna go put that negative energy in an area that it honestly shouldn't be. The amount of times I hear my mom talk on the phone with someone and she is just bitching and moaning about somebody that she would act completely cordially to, it doesn't just not sit right with me. That part legitimately starts to piss me off because why? What's the point? ooh, you're gonna complain about it to someone else, but is that actually going to make a difference? I know why I do it. I got social anxiety. I don't want to fucking talk to other people, let alone start a fucking altercation with them. At most, maybe it'll come off as an offhand comment or a little bit of an outburst that seems way out of character, but that's the most I'm willing to give. I know why I wouldn't do it. But her, no, she's plenty outgoing in conversation. So why doesn't she just fucking talk to people? She loves to play up the idea that she's some massive that's funny coming from someone who's so short, but she does like to play up the idea that she's some fucking massive figure who won't take shit from no one, but she constantly takes shit from everyone. She's constantly contradicting herself, and it's irritating. It's like having an itch, and you can't quite reach it. She's never who she wants to portray herself as. She's constantly putting up this fucking fake ideal of who she is. It's never true. I know it's never true because I'm the one who ends up spending the most time with her. I get to see just how fucking fake she is. She is a creature controlled entirely by ego. And oh my god, is it annoying. That's probably the reason why this fucking house feels awful to live in. Because she's lying all the time. She has to lie for some. Uh, um. Oh. Oh. She finally figured it out. What a revelation. Uh, why did it take her so long to just experiment a little? Why did it take her so long to step out of her fucking comfort zone? How am I her child? Even if it's just small steps, I try to get out there all the time. Uh, uh, at least she's capable of, at least she's capable of rectifying some of her mistakes. That's a pretty good part, but it doesn't help that she doesn't notice any of these flaws, any of these negatives, any of these issues. It's actually more frustrating that she doesn't. And she probably can't see it. That's why she's not aware. She doesn't have any real awareness. So give me one moment. I still have a little more to preach, I guess. Mm, um, shit. My rhythm kind of got fucked up. I was away for a bit too long. Oh well. I guess that thought's gonna remain unfinished. Not like it hurts too much. It is what it is. Maybe it wasn't worth finishing. Not really. I just kind of didn't keep track of it. Well, whatever. I don't really have much else to say. Just that my mom is unbelievably frustrating. Um, yeah, my mom is unbelievably frustrating. Acts like a child and seemingly has no form of self-awareness. That's what I was talking about. Her self-awareness. Yeah, like I just said, she seemingly doesn't have any form of self-awareness. And honestly, I don't know if she ever will. I might have to be her self-awareness, but I don't know. Maybe, maybe that's why the saying exists in the first place of you can't teach an old dog new tricks, because they don't have the self-awareness to actually be taught anything new. But who knows? I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. If I am wrong, that means there is hope. So, yeah. I'm just gonna have to try and chip away at that issue slowly but surely. This video got very long. Um, I really don't have much else to say now. Lied last time, clearly. But yeah, and that's about it. I'll see myself next time.